Hello, I'm making a quick informational video so that you guys can prepare your little stuffies so that they're at the same spot that Evelyn's will be for her birthday party, since you guys just got yours shipped to you. This should be easy enough for kids to do it, unless your kid is 4 years old, in which case maybe you need some help. So first, get out all your stuff. I'll show you what to do with a kangaroo, but it's just the same for anything else. But if you want to just follow exactly, do the kangaroo. For Claire and Lucia, the two that I would recommend would be kangaroo or koala, because those ones are kind of the same, like they have the same pouch sort of thing. So step one, take the color that you're going to use for the pouch thread, and you're going to thread the needle. So all you need to do here is just put it through the hole, like that. So your needle's hanging on there. And then pull the thread through until your needle is about halfway down there. And so you can see that, like, I have my two ends together right here, like this. And then at the very other end of it is the needle. And so now I'm just going to tie a knot. And if you don't know how to tie a knot, you can get your mom or dad to help you tie a knot. But I just make a loop and then pull it through. And then the tricky part is you want to do it one more time. So I make a loop again, have it go through the middle, and I want that knot to end up exactly at the same spot as the other one so that it's a double knot so it won't go through. Okay, so now that I have that, I'm going to start, actually, before I do anything else, I'm going to take all these little pieces and put them safely in a bag so I don't lose them, because I don't really need these little pieces till the very end, and this might be something that I would lose, which would be a bummer. So you notice that there's two pieces. One of them just has dots around the edges, and one of them has dots around the edges and some in the middle. You want to choose the one that has the dots in the middle, because that's where the pouch is going to go on. So you grab your pouch and you grab your little kangaroo dude and you want to line it up. So when I line it up, I'm able to tell, I can kind of almost see through the holes a little bit right there. I don't know if you can tell that, but you can kind of see all the way through, and I can poke through both sides. So what you're going to do is you're going to start on the back. So not the front, but the back. You can even flip it over and just hold those together if you want. And you poke your needle through the very first hole right there. If it's a koala, it doesn't really matter where, because it goes in a circle. But for kangaroo, I start right here, and I pull it all the way, and then it should stop at some point, because that's where the knot is. And then all I need to do from here is stitch it. So I go down, and I'm going to actually pull my knot back a little bit because mine came through a little bit. Oops, you couldn't see. There it is. I just pulled mine back a little bit because my hole got too big. But anyway, I went up through that, and I'm going to go down, make a nice stitch, flip it over. I'm going to pull mine just a little bit like that, and then go down like this. Make sure I got through the pouch on the front side, and then just go down and up the whole time. Down, stitch there, up, like that, down, like that, and up all the way across to get this whole thing on. Oops. And sometimes you might get like a leg caught in it. No big deal. You could just shimmy that out of there and just keep on going. You sometimes want to check the back, because sometimes you get bumps. If you get bumps, you could just kind of pull your thread a little bit and have the bump come out, because you want these stitches to be nice and flat. There we go. And if you want to flip it over to look at it every time, that's no problem at all. Oops, see, there's the foot again. And up one more time. And then down one more time. So you should end up on the down. And so now what you want to do is you're going to make a knot right here. And the way we do that is you make like a big O with your thread, with the thread coming across the front of it. And then you poke your needle through. And then you kind of like scoot it down until it's right on the surface of your guy. And then you pull it through like that with your finger. And then I'm going to do it one more time. So again, your O, and then needle through, and then pull it through. And then you take your sweet little scissors. If you didn't figure out how to use these, I started off, oh goodness, did I break it? Maybe. Okay, so they start off like that. All you do is you pull really hard, and then they should pop out. And then you clip off your extra strings on that side and then this side, and now your pouch is on. All right, so what we realized when we were making these is that it's going to be too much to do just in the course of Evelyn's birthday party. So we wanted to prepare them a little bit before the birthday party. So I'm now going to take my white string off of there. So just pull it off. It should have already been cut, so no big deal. And then you take the thread that's going to go around the bunny, or if you're doing koala, then koala, and you just pull. If it kind of gets caught, you can always take this pink thing off. But I'm going to pull, and you want to pull, I don't know, like 3 or 4 feet. Like you want to pull it kind of long, like from your fingertips all the way to your other fingertips. And then cut it off. And again, you're going to thread the needle just like you did before. But now it's just a different color. So you thread the needle, have it go through, and same thing. I'm just going to pull, pull, pull. You can see this hand if you want to. I'm going to pull it until it is matching the ends. So you can kind of see how long mine is. It's like that long, like as tall as a bunny and more. Because we're going to end up needing like a couple strings to go around the whole thing. So again, I'm just going to take a knot, or make a knot, a double knot right here. So I'm going to sorry, you can't even see that. So I go through the middle and pull it. You might need help from parents for tying knots. I know that's kind of a tricky part. Make a little loop, push it through the middle, and for that second knot, you want to try to make it land right on top of that first knot. So there we go. All right, so now we have our needle threaded with the right kind of thread. Now what you want to do is you want to take your top bunny that we already made, and you want to put it right on top of your bottom bunny. And so I want to line it up exactly. And so I'm trying to line this up. I kind of like line up his little hands, line up his little ears. And you know what? I'm noticing that mine doesn't really line up very well. And so if that happens for you, what you might want to do is pick up your top one, flip over the bottom one, because it might have just been kind of like the wrong way. And so then you try it again. So I'm lining it up, and this time mine lines up a lot better. So I think I have it the right way now. Because one way is right, one way is wrong. It's kind of hard to tell before you just put it like that. So I have mine all lined up now. And the holes should be kind of lining up with the holes in the bottom. And then you're going to do a similar thing with what you did with the patch, except instead of just going through that one layer, the top layer, you're going to go through both. So I'm going to start right under his armpit. The goal eventually is that we're going to stitch all the way around, and then we're going to end right about here, because we're going to leave this like section of his belly open so we can put stuffing in later. But we're not going to do that today, because that'll be done during Evelyn's birthday party, hopefully. So I'm going to pick him up, and I can look in the back if I want to, and I'm going to pick a hole that's like right under his armpit. So I'm picking this one right here, and I'm going to pull it all the way through. It's going to be kind of long at this point until, oops, look, I have a big loop in mine. So if you have like a big ugly loop or something like that ever happens, what I'm going to do at this point is just pull my knot out a little bit and then hold on to my knot as I pull this thread through. So I'm just lightly pulling so I can figure out which one comes through. There we go. So now if it looks like that, then you're set to go. And then we're doing the same thing. So I'm just going to go down through the next hole, make sure it goes through both holes in your bunny, and pull it through. And again, it's kind of hardest in the beginning because you have so much thread. But I go down there, have a nice stitch, and then I'll flip it over and go down through this next hole. Make sure you're doing like all the holes that are right next to each other. And again, you can always fast forward if you know what I'm doing and if you can do it yourself. So I'm just going to keep going up and down, up and down. Oh man, and look, I got this like big ugly knot. So all I'm going to do here is kind of like fluff it up with my fingers. And then I might try to untangle a little bit. Like just like kind of pull it out and play with it a little bit. Sometimes I put my fingers under that thread, help to straighten it out. And there we go. Oh, look, there's Kiwi. Kiwi's wondering what we're doing. Okay, so then, again, just going to keep going up. Kiwi, what are you doing? He's just going to sit right there. Okay, up and down, up and down. And I'm going to do this for kind of as far as this is gonna go. I'm gonna stop talking because I think maybe I'll just fast forward this in the video so you can watch it quickly. Okay, so I'm gonna stop right there because at this point, I think there's gonna be enough stuff to do for the party, and I don't wanna do the whole thing right now. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn it over to the back. Make sure you stop your stitch on the back. And I'm gonna pause this video and then I'll come back to this. Okay, at this point, you could just stop and wait and just like hold on to this for the party because it's ready to go. What I'm gonna do for the other kids, just so you know, is I'm gonna make a knot right here and stop their work because the problem is this string is not gonna be long enough to get around the whole bunny. Like you're gonna have to use 2 different strings. And so what I'm gonna do, so your choice, either to stop right there and then keep going at the party, or you can make a knot. Remember, make that that loop, and then scoot it through with your thumb. And just to show you that one more time, you do a circle, it goes through the back, and you kind of scoot it down until it's right there, and then you make the knot. I'm not going to do that because I had already made 2, but you just scoot it down. So then take your scissors, cut it, and then what I'm going to do for the girls and boys at the party is I'm going to thread the needle again with another really long thread, so they'll have a lot more thread to work with. And then I'm going to poke it through probably like here, and then just leave it so that they will stitch around the other way. But all you need to do for right now is just this. This is ready for the party. Just don't forget to leave, when you're stitching it up, don't forget to leave this hole, because that's where the stuffing is going to go in, and we'll work on that later. All right, we are so excited to see you at Evelyn's party, and see you there. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm happy to help with anything you need. All right, bye-bye.